had a lot of ideas for my first YouTube video, and honestly I could have convinced myself that any of them were good, which is the problem. In my opinion, when you're choosing your own content topics, your gut is kind of useless because it just confirms whatever you already wanted to do. So I built an n8n workflow to help me check. It scraped competitor channels, searched niche keywords, found what's already working, and identified what's missing. Then it gave me 3 video ideas. I'm going to show you exactly what came back. A bit of context, I'm not a developer. I came from finance. I tried a few startup ideas that didn't really work out, and I'm trying to now build myself around AI automation, learning cloud code, n8n, and also building some simple software products too. One part of that rebuild is building a YouTube channel around the process, not as someone who already has everything figured out, but as someone learning in public and sharing the process as I go. And starting a YouTube channel sounds simple. You pick a topic and record a video, but if you ever stared at a blank page trying to figure out what a video topic should be, you know how quickly it turns into overthinking. I kept second guessing myself, like, is this topic too crowded, or is there actually an audience for this? Am I just making a video I want to make, or is there real demand? Since I'm already building automation workflows, I thought, why not apply that to this problem? Instead of guessing, build something that gives me better inputs, and I will show you what those are. The reason I built this is simple. Manual topic research gets messy fast. You search a few terms, open a bunch of videos, compare titles and views, and then still somehow end up choosing based on vibes. So I basically wanted a workflow that could turn that messy research process into something more structured. Not something that picks the answer for me, but just something that gives me better inputs before I decide. The full system I'm building has 4 pipelines: research, script generation, video editing, and repurposing. Today I'll show you pipeline 1, the research workflow. This is the part that looks at competitor videos, niche searches, what's already working, what gaps might still exist, and then based on that data, it gives me a few topic ideas. It doesn't make the decision for me, but it does make the decision less random. So here's the full workflow, and I'm going to walk through it from left to right. Okay, let's look at the first node. So for this node, basically I'm storing 2 inputs: the competitor channels I want to track and the niche keywords relating to AI automation. So in my case, the channel list includes creators in the AI automation space and the keywords relating to automation, such as cloud code beginner, n8n AI automation tutorial, AI agent workflow tutorial, and so on. And the first branch uses Opify to scrape recent videos from those competitor channels. Opify is the tool I'm using to pull public YouTube video data automatically. The simple way to think about it is, instead of me opening each channel, looking through videos and copying titles and views into a spreadsheet, Opify does all of those for me. So in this node, I'm basically pulling basic data like the title, view count, date, likes, channel name, and all the other information. And then a second branch does a similar thing, but from keyword searches instead of specific channels. After that, both branches come back together in this merge node, and at this point I have one combined list of videos from competitor channels and niche searchers. Then this node flattens the data because the scraper output can come back nested inside arrays. Basically, it turns the messy output into individual video roles that the rest of the workflow can handle. Then I remove duplicate videos because the same video can show up from both a competitor channel and a keyword search. And after that, I filter out low quality or irrelevant results. For example, I only keep actual YouTube links, remove missing titles, and ignore videos with extremely low views. Then the clean raw video data gets written into Google Sheets. This basically gives me a simple database of what the workflow found. Once the videos are cleaned up, I turn them into what I call a research pack. Basically, it's just a more readable version of the data, the video titles, channels, views, published dates, and links, and it basically organizes them into one block of context. From there, I send the research pack into the AI agent. The agent is going to look for patterns like what topics keep showing up, what kinds of titles seem to be working, are there any gaps that people are not covering, and based on that, what are a few video ideas I could actually make. And then the agent gives me the answer in JSON, which is basically just a structured format the automation tools can read more easily. And the next step cleans the output and separates it into different fields. Then those fields get written into the Google Sheet, and once that's done, the workflow sends me an email saying the research is ready. Okay, so this is what the workflow actually gave me. I'm gonna walk through them now. First is common topics. This is basically asking what are creators in this space talking about again and again. The first big one was cloud code, especially new feature updates. So when Anthropic releases something new, a lot of creators make reaction videos, tutorials, or here's what changed videos pretty quickly. And then the second one was comparison content, things like cloud code versus n8n, cloud versus Zapier, or agentic tools versus no-code platforms. Basically, people are trying to figure out, is this new AI tool replacing the old workflow, or do both still have a place? The third one was income framing. You know, videos like make your first 1K with AI, build AI agents for local businesses, or start an AI side hustle kind of videos. Okay, the next section is patterns. This is where the workflow tries to look at what kinds of titles or angles seem to be getting attention. One obvious pattern is titles that sound like X kills Y, or this tool replaces that tool. These kind of videos seem to get clicks because people want a clear answer. They basically want to know, you know, should I keep learning n8n, or is Cloud Code going to replace it? Should I use Zapier, or is that kind of old now? And the second pattern is beginner-friendly walkthroughs. So when a new tool comes out, people don't just want a feature list, they want someone to show them what it does, how to use it, and whether it is actually worth their time. And the last pattern is comparison content with specific tools or versions. People like clear decision shortcuts. They don't want, you know, vague AI tools are changing everything content. They want someone to help them decide what to use. Okay, next, the gaps identified section. Basically, the workflow pointed out a few gaps. It gave me 4 gaps that the other creators are not covering. One thing I should mention here though, the gap analysis is not completely neutral. It basically gave the AI a few lenses to look through. So the output is definitely shaped by my prompt, and that can be useful because it keeps the analysis aligned with my brand, but it also means I need to be careful because if I only give it my favorite lenses, it might just confirm what I already wanted to believe. So this is something I want to keep testing. I might run the same research pack with different prompts, or ask the AI to find gaps without giving it my favorite categories first, and then compare the results. And now this is where I want to be careful. The workflow gave me useful inputs, but it didn't magically know what my next video should be. So it can tell me what topics are showing up, it can point out possible gaps, and it can suggest ideas, but it doesn't fully know what I can honestly talk about from experience right now. So that part still has to come from me. So when it gives me 3 topic ideas, I still need to ask myself a few questions. Can I actually speak about this from my experience? Does this fit my personal brand positioning? Can I make this video without pretending to be more technical than I am? And can I realistically record this week? So some of this gets better in pipeline 2, which I'll show you in a later video. The script generator asks for my personal angle, my notes, and the specific points I want to cover. So it is not just taking a random topic and writing a generic script from scratch, but even then the quality still depends on what I give it. If I give it a vague topic, I get a generic script. If I give it real context, what confused me, what I tried, what broke, what I actually learned, the script gets much closer to something I would actually say. So the system can automate a lot of the research, structure, and first draft, but the personal experience still has to come from me. The other limitation is data is still pretty basic right now. I'm mainly looking at the titles, views, published dates, and a few engagement signals. That is useful, but it is not, you know, some perfect market research machine. So over time, I can make this stronger. For example, I could have the workflow pull transcripts from YouTube videos and analyze what each video actually covers, you know, not just the title and metadata. And that would give the AI a much better understanding of what is actually being said, what is missing, and where my angle could fit. But for now, I kept it simple on purpose, and you know, even this basic version is still a better starting point than staring at a blank page or just copying, you know, whatever topic looked cool that week. So after looking at the 3 ideas, the one I'll probably go with is topic 2, documenting my Cloud Code learning angle. For the first video using this content system, it feels like the most honest one and also the most doable. I'm actually learning Cloud Code right now. I'm also running into basic questions, and I'm not coming at this as a developer who already knows the technical side. So the video can, you know, just be about the real process, you know, what confused me, what I got wrong, what helped, and what I still do not fully understand, like all those kind of stuff. So that fits the gap the workflow pointed out, and it also fits where I actually am right now. A few things I took away from this. First, this workflow didn't give me a perfect answer, but it gave me a good starting point. And honestly, that's already useful. Before this, topic research was mostly me searching YouTube, getting distracted by random videos, and me convincing myself whatever topic looked exciting was a good idea. Now at least I have a simple system that gives me a cleaner view of the market, like what people are already talking about, what seems to be working, and what might be missing, and also what video topics might be worth testing next. Secondly, the workflow is still virgin. version 1, the data can be deeper, the prompt can be tested more, and I will connect this pipeline with the rest of the system, which is script generation, video editing, and repurposing. But I think that's the right way to build it. Start with the simple version that actually works, use it, notice what's missing, and improve it over time. That is the main lesson from this build. Not perfect automation from day one, just a system that makes the next decision a little less random. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe and comment what you thought about the system. I'm curious what you would change or build differently. Thank you.